The royal family has humiliated Meghan Markle with a public snub for her 45th birthday.
Now this lady has turned 45. And Link, it's just such bad news because all of a sudden, this birthday, this 45th birthday, has turned into an absolute disaster for Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle, she's your favourite. We have to talk about her 45th birthday. It went publicly unacknowledged by the royal family on Tuesday.
What if the loudest message wasn't spoken at all? No dramatic statement, no official announcement, no public showdown, just silence. On what should have been one of Meghan Markle's biggest personal celebrations, the royal family's lack of a public response quickly caught the attention of royal watchers around the world. When her 45th birthday arrived, there were no public birthday wishes from Buckingham Palace, no Instagram post, no message from the King, and no congratulations from the Prince and Princess of Wales.
Carefully staged photo ops to look at what is really being communicated. Scott, I know you've missed our girl. And today is a bit of a Meghan Markle extravaganza.
For some people, that silence was simply royal protocol. But for others, it felt far more telling, especially with the timing attracting so much attention. Instead of royal celebrations dominating the headlines, the conversation quickly shifted toward Meghan's own birthday posts, the public reaction, and a growing debate over whether the Duchess was making a statement without saying it outright. Every post and every reaction seemed to invite another round of speculation. Royal commentators soon found themselves asking the same question. Was this simply another birthday, or was it another sign that the distance between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family has become harder than ever to bridge? The silence itself became part of the story, and royal watchers were paying close attention.
Sachet like a drag queen around her crap kitchen with a fake birthday tiara on her head. This is real.
The story quickly turned to everything that happened, from the palace's silence to Meghan's response, and the reactions that exploded across social media. Because sometimes the biggest royal story isn't what was said, it's what wasn't. Every year, members of the royal family celebrate birthdays under a well-established system. Senior working royals often receive public birthday tributes through official social media accounts.
It's just Meghan celebrating Meghan. Meghan wishing herself birthday messages from Meghan to Meghan. It reminds me, she had a watch inscribed many years ago. She bought herself a tank watch and she had it inscribed for the future daughter that she might one day have. And it was like 2mm from MM. It's still very much the same.
While private family celebrations usually remain behind closed doors. This year, however, Meghan Markle's birthday became one of the most talked about royal stories, and not because of some lavish celebration. The attention came from what didn't happen. Royal commentators quickly pointed out that no official birthday message appeared from the royal family's public accounts.
Meghan can't help herself. She has to celebrate herself. We saw very, very similar when it was their anniversary. It was the celebration of Meghan. Everything was geared up for Meghan.
Something they said could be consistent with the way non-working royals are treated after stepping away from official duties. Others saw the silence as a possible sign of the continuing distance between the Sussexes and the rest of the family. The discussion quickly spread across television panels, royal commentary programs, and social media. Then things got even more interesting when Meghan shared glimpses of her birthday online.
Meghan Markle's biggest supporters in the United States of America, and we were just going to celebrate how this lady has turned 45. And Link, it's just such bad news because all of a sudden, this birthday, this 45th birthday, has turned into an absolute disaster for Meghan Markle with two pieces of news that could destroy her. First, she's been caught ripping off her social media videos again. Second, massive development in this Prince Harry court case that could actually end up costing Harry and Meghan millions and millions of pounds.
Suddenly, everyone seemed to have an opinion. Was she simply sharing happy family moments? Or were some viewers reading deeper meaning into every post because of the ongoing speculation surrounding her public image? That question has divided royal watchers, with some seeing ordinary birthday posts and others believing there was something more behind them. The deeper the discussion went, the more complicated the picture became. Birthdays usually bring celebration. This one brought controversy.
The theories on that will continue to run wild, and I'm here for it. But Link, don't you think there's something quite sad about the fact 45 years old? You know, that is I'm 43. You should be very content at that age, very happy about where you're at with life, very confident in your friendship groups and your career. And Meghan had the opportunity for all of that. And actually, what we're seeing today is just a trickle. No one really wants to acknowledge this.
Long before Meghan's birthday arrived, many royal observers were already wondering whether Buckingham Palace would publicly acknowledge the occasion. Some believed King Charles might make a small gesture behind the scenes, while others were convinced nothing would happen at all. When the day finally arrived, the answer appeared clear. Nothing was posted publicly. No official Instagram message, no public birthday greeting, no birthday graphic, nothing. For some viewers, the silence looked deeply personal.
No one really wants to celebrate her. She's probably going to end up having to celebrate herself. And in some ways, Link, do you feel anything sad about it? Or is it just like, I'm sorry, this is karma, bitch?
But several royal commentators offered a different explanation, arguing that it was consistent with established royal practice. Their reasoning was straightforward. Meghan is no longer a working royal. Since she and Prince Harry stepped away from official royal duties, public birthday messages from official palace accounts have generally not been expected. That distinction became a major part of the debate. Several commentators described the lack of a public greeting as protocol rather than an extraordinary decision.
Duchess of Sussex, she celebrated her birthday.
Yes, so happy birthday to her. We are always grateful for her. She provides so much content for us and she's always interesting. And it's her birthday, but we're getting the gifts. Look at her. She's provided a little vision of her dancing. She's provided some vision of the two rescue dogs they have, Pula and Mamma Mia. She's got the groove, hasn't she? And as I say, this is her 45th birthday. We've even got some lovely pictures of her. Oh, there you go. That one's Mamma Mia. And the black one, the Labrador, is...
They also pointed out that any private family communication, if it happened, would likely remain private. In other words, the public had no way of knowing what may or may not have happened behind closed doors. Still, that explanation did nothing to stop the online reaction. Within hours, social media was buzzing. Some people accused the royal family of sending a cold message, while others defended the palace and argued that the same rules should apply to everyone.
Royal commentator Tom Skies told Page 6 birthday wishes to a private citizen would be sent privately. There's absolutely no way anything will be put on social media feeds or anything like that. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield agreed, saying Markle's in-laws haven't wished her a happy birthday on Instagram ever since she stepped away from her royal responsibilities.
Royal experts then pointed to another important detail. Working royals represent the institution. Official social media pages are mainly designed to highlight public duties and official engagements, not private family relationships. From that perspective, the palace may have simply followed the same approach used before. But public opinion doesn't always move according to protocol. Many viewers kept coming back to one question.
They believe Meghan played a significant role in the breakdown of family trust, and I think any suggestion that they're secretly exchanging birthday wishes belongs more in the realm of wishful thinking than reality.
If relationships inside the family had genuinely improved, wouldn't there have been at least a simple public message? No one outside the family can know what happened privately, and that uncertainty is exactly what kept the speculation growing. Even commentators who believed the palace had followed normal procedure admitted that the optics were difficult to ignore. Sometimes silence creates a bigger headline than words ever could. Meanwhile, attention began shifting away from Buckingham Palace and toward California. Meghan wasn't staying silent. She was sharing her own side of the story, and those posts quickly became just as controversial. While the palace remained publicly quiet, Meghan's social media presented a very different picture.
The lack of public well-wishes from the monarchy is said to have outraged the always in need of attention Meghan, and so in the most tragic and dire of circumstances, she's gone and posted her own happy birthday wishes to herself on social media.
Oh dear.
Is that Harry? Oh, look, the dancing, the t-shirt. Oh, the dog, no. Oh, the dog gets a hat. The dog gets a hat.
Birthday balloons, family moments, behind-the-scenes clips, photos from home, and a series of personal memories quickly became the focus of royal commentary. Every new glimpse seemed to invite another round of discussion. Supporters saw something very different from her critics. To them, it was simply a woman celebrating another birthday with her family, a personal moment that didn't need to carry any deeper meaning.
So, is that Harry's voice? I think it is. I think that's Harry. Oh my gosh, look how excited she is that the dogs are wishing her a happy birthday.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh.
Take it off. I'm sorry.
Did she forcefully put that on the dog?
But others couldn't help wondering whether the timing and choice of posts were saying something more. But critics argued that once those private moments were shared publicly, they naturally became open to discussion. Royal commentators began examining everything: the timing, the images, the captions, and even the smallest details.
So Meghan Markle, to me, I feel like she's her own self-saboteur, like she self-sabotages everything. And I've said for the past few weeks, she might be the first person to go rags to riches and then back to rags that quickly, because she tells this rags to riches story. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Her father was pretty successful, but she paints this narrative that she grew up over a garage in a bad neighborhood with her mom, and they used to play down in the driveway, and she's this self-made woman. Then she marries Prince Harry, who's the most eligible bachelor on earth. And now I think she's going to go back to rags. Like, you went rags to...
Suddenly, almost every part of the birthday posts became another talking point. One post in particular sparked widespread conversation because it appeared to show a cheerful, carefully presented family celebration at a time when public interest in Harry and Meghan remained unusually high. Royal commentators debated whether it was simply a personal update or a deliberate effort to shape the public narrative. That debate showed just how closely almost every move involving the Sussexes continues to be analysed. And that was only the beginning. Over the next few days, new commentary, fresh criticism, and more reactions turned what started as a birthday into one of the biggest royal talking points of the week.
What Harry wrote in his book and what we know about some of Meghan's antics, particularly against Princess Kate, I think some of those bridges may be burned permanently. Yeah. So, we'll see.
As the headlines continued spreading, one thing became increasingly clear. The story had moved far beyond a birthday. It had become another chapter in the ongoing public discussion about the relationship between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the royal family. Royal commentators remained divided. Some argued that the palace had simply followed the same protocol used for years. From that perspective, there was nothing unusual about the absence of a public birthday message.
So again, Harry, it's interesting that you can hear him. She wants you to know he's there, but you don't see him. I think that's always intentional. But I think he's the cameraman for the dance clip. And she wants you to know he's around when she does the dog thing. But again, it's the only evidence of him is his voice. Classic Meghan, right? Prove the happy private life without showing the full picture.
Others saw the situation differently, arguing that the lack of a greeting carried symbolic weight because of the family's complicated history. But without knowing what happened privately, much of that interpretation remained speculation. Others believed that, regardless of protocol, the silence reflected just how distant the relationship may have become, and that's exactly why this story generated so much attention. When the royal family says nothing, people often fill that silence with their own interpretations.
Meghan's in full self-promotion mode, which ties in perfectly with her birthday as well. But she's doing this founder content, and Harry is almost completely absent. This happens repeatedly. It's not a one-off. And I find it interesting. I just always have this fascination in psychology, and I think there's a lot of psychology going on there. The content calendar itself shows who gets protected and who absorbs the public cost. So I find that completely interesting. But today is Meghan's birthday.
Over the past few years, nearly every interaction, or lack of one, between Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the royal family has been examined from every possible angle. A handshake becomes a headline, a photograph becomes a debate, and a missing birthday message becomes an international talking point. That's the reality of modern royal life. Every move can attract attention, and every silence can create another wave of speculation. While the palace stayed out of the public conversation, Meghan's own birthday content continued to dominate online discussion. Royal commentators noted that nearly every image, video, and caption was being examined by supporters and critics alike.
Depending on who you believe, she turns 45. There's an established pattern here based on previous years where her personal account will stay relatively quiet on the day, but as ever, will post a never seen before photo of her. I believe that's what they did last year as well. And then they'll do a caption written in third person, gushing about Meghan and calling her our founder. So that way we're led to believe it's not Meghan writing itself. It is one of her employees, underlings, whatever she's called.
Supporters argued there was nothing unusual about sharing birthday memories with followers. Critics questioned whether the carefully selected posts were meant to reinforce a particular public image. Neither side agreed, but both sides kept talking. And perhaps that's the most striking part of the story. Whether people admire Meghan or strongly disagree with her, she remains one of the most discussed figures connected to the royal family. Even an ordinary birthday can become a much bigger story when every detail is placed under a microscope.
Internet is reacting big time to this. So I thought we could take a look at some of the reactions and have some laughs, shall we? All right. Then we'll take a look at what you guys are saying on What's the Goose of. Starting with this one posted by Alice Roosevelt, 1884. Why can't Harry understand what's happening? I think that's a question a lot of us are asking. I certainly am. Why doesn't he see it? It's so odd. Oh God, that photo. All right.
Few public figures can share a short birthday video and suddenly find themselves at the center of days of international debate. That level of attention says something not necessarily about the birthday itself, but about the intense public fascination that still surrounds the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Even a seemingly simple family moment can become a major talking point when millions of people are already watching closely. Royal experts have repeatedly observed that almost everything Harry and Meghan do today is viewed through the lens of their decision to step away from official royal duties. Every appearance, every interview, every business project, every family update, and now even a birthday celebration can quickly become part of a much bigger conversation.
What is there to understand? He's been telling us she's Diana's reincarnation. He sees Diana in her, wants everyone to see that in her. People have to realize he is worse than Meghan at this point. Both are delusional and can't stoop much lower when cash dries up. I think this is well said, a great point. I go back and forth with who I think is worse, and I think they might be right.
Instead of being viewed on its own, each new moment is often connected to the couple's complicated history with the royal family. When you step back from all the headlines, something interesting becomes clear. This wasn't simply about Meghan turning 45. It became a symbol, and different people saw completely different meanings in it. For some, the birthday highlighted just how much the relationship between the Sussexes and the royal family appears to have changed over the years. For others, it showed the growing gap between official royal protocol and what the public expects from a family that remains under constant attention. And that difference is important. A lack of a public birthday message can be explained through protocol, while the public can still interpret that silence emotionally. At the same time, Meghan's decision to share personal moments can be viewed as completely ordinary.
Meghan is I'm not diagnosing, as I always say, I'm not diagnosing, but in my opinion, Meghan seems like a scary narcissist, but I don't know what's up with Harry. I think he's scary on many levels. So let me know your thoughts on that. Oh my goodness. All right. And then this person says, so he's telling people he basically married his mother. That's healthy. Oh, I know. I've been screaming the same since Spare. Face cream, anyone? Ugh, gross. So disgusting.
Yet those same posts can attract intense scrutiny. In the end, the birthday became less about one day of celebration and more about everything that has happened around the Sussexes for years. And for millions watching around the world, it became another reminder that the royal story is far from over. Because despite years of interviews, documentaries, memoirs, and countless headlines, people are still asking many of the same questions. Will Harry ever fully reconcile with his family? Could Meghan and the royal family ever rebuild trust? Or has that chapter already closed for good? No one outside the family truly knows the answers, and that's exactly what keeps the speculation alive. Behind closed doors, there may be conversations, emotions, or private moments the public will never see.
Well, no congratulations or celebrations from the Kardashians or the Williams or even her Suits co-stars. So instead, as ever, the account that she runs, the account that she writes, posted this. Happy birthday to our founder, Meghan. Lighting number 84 to celebrate. Oh, she's selling a candle while putting out new pictures of her childhood. What's that about privacy?
But without those details, every new development becomes another piece of a much larger puzzle. And that's why even something as personal as a birthday continues to attract worldwide attention. At the end of the day, Meghan Markle's 45th birthday became far bigger than anyone might have expected. The palace remained publicly silent. Meghan celebrated through her own social media posts. Royal commentators offered very different interpretations, and the public quickly divided over what it all meant. Supporters defended Meghan and viewed her birthday posts as simple family moments. Critics questioned the timing, presentation, and overall optics. Meanwhile, millions of people around the world watched the conversation unfold, adding their own opinions to an already heated debate. Whether you believe the palace simply followed long-standing protocol or think the silence carried a deeper meaning, one thing is difficult to ignore.
There was one public message, one. Nothing from the royal family, nothing from any A-list friends, one message publicly from Kelly J. Zedgefan, who wrote, "Happy birthday to this great dream girl. You are very loved." And as royal YouTube sensation, according to Taz, pointed out, it was the Queen Mum's heavenly birthday yesterday.
The relationship between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the royal family remains one of the most closely watched stories connected to the monarchy. And until the people directly involved decide to speak openly about what happens behind the scenes, the unanswered questions are likely to keep the public guessing.
You can bet your last penny she never wore a plastic or cardboard tiara in her life. But do you know who did? 2 separate American duchesses who were obsessed with their titles and status after marrying a king.
Every public appearance, every statement, every photograph, and sometimes even the absence of a birthday message can become front-page news. That's just how closely Harry and Meghan continue to be watched, with even the smallest details capable of triggering another wave of debate. Only time will tell whether future birthdays look different. Will there eventually be a warmer public acknowledgement, or will the current distance remain unchanged? No one can say for certain. But for now, one thing is clear. The conversation surrounding Harry, Meghan, and the royal family isn't slowing down anytime soon. What do you think? Do you believe the palace simply followed established royal protocol, or do you think the silence sent a stronger message? Was Meghan's birthday celebration simply a personal moment with her family, or do you think the public reaction made it into something much bigger? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this is one royal debate where people clearly don't see things the same way. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, please like the video and subscribe for more royal stories and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.